Hey, Lucky, you don't have to be right there. Go sleep on your bed. Poor guy. Poor guy. All right. I don't see anyone here, so that must mean that Mark Constanzo is first. El Deuterino, Stony Bones, NORAD. My other computer is in some sort of freeze frame mode, so I'm over here now. And I don't know if this is going to be the best, audio. But hey. Linda Telly, hello. Lucky, poor guy. Lucky, just go outside. You don't have to be here. Don't sleep on the floor. It hurts you. Go out to the pillow or sleep on this pillow. No. Truck looked great. KYP, Jeff, he's going to call here shortly. Let me get him. He's all in a tather. He wants to win. William? Yes. Do you want to go live?
Yes, let's go.
All right. Hopefully this works for everybody.
No problem.
It's a different computer because my other one's freezing, but it should work fine. They'll hear you.
Me.
No, they'll hear you. Fingers up 26 cents.
Are we live?
Yeah.
Oh. All right, everybody, let's rock and roll. I'm sorry, I had to take my son to the doctor, and we're just leaving the facility now. And I just want to give you a heads up. We're hearing a couple of friends of ours that own GameStop and size are selling it, and they will stop buying Fngr Motion. I can't tell you when they're going to come, but they understand. They understand who we are, and they made a lot of money. And the other one, they've been buying it from below 20. They sold it and moving into our thing, and some cheap calls in GME, take their stock money off the table and move into options like, $50, $60 calls and just close their eyes and never look at it again. If it does work, they're all, they make money that way. All right. That's how big a play is play. I have no idea what Fngr Motion is, William. I have no idea. Maybe you can tell me.
I can. I just got to turn this toward me so I can look. It is 339, and that's the bid. 339.48 by one. It looks like 339.341.
All right, so let me just continue, William. The GameStop saga. Okay, with Rory and Kitty coming back. The best thing about it, it highlights what we've been talking about. We are by far the people that have been trying to fight and expose this whole crime for a few years now. Okay, what you have there is what I've always told you. It's a momentum play by hedge funds. The short in Fngr is bigger than the short in GameStop. All right, so just take that into consideration. The float in Fngr is probably 25% of the float in GameStop, just for numbers. When the gentleman, Rory and Kitty, came back on and says he's back, you know what? What did he come back and tell you? I don't know, nothing as far as I know. But I'm not trying to shoot him down. That's his business. I could care less what he is. Let him give all the credit in the world. But we're here to stop the crime overall and to help everyone, whether it's a cancer stock, this one. I've highlighted two stocks, GTII. We busted the Kramers. We busted their product broker. The SEC has to enforce settlement. That's the next part of this crime. All right? That's what has to happen there. We've done all we can. We got the proof from the NSCC, the DTC, you name it. We have it. All right? Can you hear me, William? I'm going to make sure.
I can hear you.
Okay, so there you go with that. In Fngr Motion, we've been documenting the information for a long time about how big this crime is. When it goes, it goes. I can't force the issue. I can't do anything about that. It just happens when it happens. We all know that. You know, we don't have the hedge funds are like a birds of a feather. They flock together. You know, they're all trying to, they all pile into a stock and trying to squeeze again. They're squeezing some short seller. We don't know if it's Citadel, Merlin Capital, I don't believe is around anymore. Whoever the players are. Those players are pretty smart guys. So, you know, fool me once, you know, what is it? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, whatever it may be. They know the game. These guys have made a fortune in that name. You know, these guys aren't short at $25. They're short at 100. You know, so 100, 150. These guys made a ton of money from retail investors that are littered in here and buried for a long time. All right, so I hope it works for them. But again, I can't guarantee. I don't know what's going to happen there. I'd rather play safe and be careful than chasing anything. I'm not a chaser. I was taught not to chase. If you want to chase and play momentum, good luck. It's a great game if you catch it. But I will tell you this: most people who do trade, when they buy a stock like GameStop, will make $1. When it drops, they lose $4 or $5. So that's just the mentality of trading. No one knows how to let their profits run. It's very hard to do. And that's why I always tell you to sell a little as it goes up. And this way you're able to stay longer. But it's very difficult to do. Most people buy 3,000 shares. They make $2. They run like they just robbed a bank, made $6,000, pay 40% taxes, and are thrilled. Then the stock runs another 10. All right, instead of making $8,000, $6,000, you could have made 30, 40,000. All right, it's a tough game. But when you find something that is sideways, like finger motion, not doing anything. I'm only using finger motion as an example because that's what I study. When you play a stock like that and it goes sideways, you know everything about it. You don't run out the door when it hits 5 or 6. You know where it's going. You know how big the short is. All the information is public. GameStop, you're playing, or AMC, you're playing what if? I have no idea. No one knows. I don't see anyone posting any information about it. Most people have given up on that name until it dropped to 10 and it turned around. All right. So again, AMC was down to $2.50 or $3, and then it turns around. The damage is enormous. There's many bodies buried way above this name. And I'm sure people who've been in here, and if you just look at the MMTLP people, I'm just using them as an example. If they were to get their money back, a lot of them, they would run for the hills because they've been tied up for so long. AMC and GME, people been tied up with losses for a long time in those names. Imagine owning 10,000 shares at $35 and you got your chance to get even today. Most people are going to take that money and run and be happy they got out. So you're going to bump into selling of investors that are buried from above from a long time ago, only because they have no choice. They have to get out. I don't think there's many people who are going to say, I got all my money back. Let me keep rolling the dice after I cried for 2 years or 3 years. So I think that's going to be something overhang that you have to think about. Finger motion, there is no overhang. It's all, we're talking up $1 or $2 and everything is right here. It's very different.
I do.
And it's a very different situation. And everyone's got a different, a different starting point. And, it's very hard to understand what's happening there.
Dirty Mayo says, quote, Fngr rumor on the street is some big GME players buying 1 million Fngr apiece. Hold on, it's coming.
Yeah, listen, there's many hedge funds that I know. They said they're going to start selling the other one and move over to us. So what else can you say? That they know the money, they know the value of money, and they will come over. That's how it works. You could put up you're paying $30 for a stock. You can buy a stock at $4, whatever the hell it is, and you can get, you can buy a million shares down here. You get a bigger bang for the buck, dollar money wise. But a million shares at $30 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
A million shares at $4 or $5 is not a lot of money. It's $5 billion. Let's say they paid $5 for it. So I expect you're going to start seeing overflow of people coming out. No one has made more noise. No one has been in front of the SEC more than Fngr Motion. And, we're tied to DJT. So when the congressional hearings start, we're at that door. And you know what? I'd rather be with the most powerful man in the world than Roaring Kitty. Even though Roaring Kitty's working, I'm not here to bang heads with him. You could, what he's doing, but I'm not here to bang heads with him. If he had any information, he should be telling us, because I don't see any information. And going back in time, when he was telling all of us that he loved GameStop, he was reporting on their fundamentals and why he liked the company. I was reporting on one thing: short data, short squeezes, and institutional ownership. And my information is still on Twitter. You can read about it. So we both have different ways of looking at it. And I can't imagine what he's going to say now. But, they found the cure for cancer. I doubt it. I don't know. I don't know what the hell he's going to say. Well, he's welcome back. I love it that he's hurting the shorts. I'm with him on that at all. No one hates the shorts more than me. But don't try to, people are calling me up, telling me, GameStop is going. Go knock yourself out. You want to jump in the fire, knock yourself out. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. But I would tell you is, if you did go buy it and you made a few bucks on it, if you do sell it, go out and buy some $60 calls 2 months out and never look back. If you think it's going back to 500, this way you can always participate. And if you make $1,000, use $500 to sprinkle back in an option to never look back again. And you know what? If I did that, my highest sale was 118 in GameStop. If I did that, I would have made a lot more money. But I made the mistake like everyone else does. We all do that. William, I wanted to ask you a question.
Yes.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
Someone who's an attorney told me that the SEC is very active on Twitter and they're reading all the stuff that's been going up there. Now, in a strange way, that message was to us because we are very active against the SEC. So I do believe that Jeff Easton's going to have a serious problem, just like the Kramers have.
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
I'm just telling you that they're very active and they are reading it and they're very active on it. All right. I can't tell you if it's tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if they've been served already, like the Kramers. All right.
Wow.
And their friend.
That's pretty specific guessing on your part.
Well, it's not me saying. An attorney told me, and we all believe the same type of thing. And we all sat here thinking that the Kramers were the Kramers run the investigation for 3 years already. I mean, so these guys are feeling the heat, and bringing the DOJ now and the FBI to the table looking for short sellers. The low-hanging fruit's going to get hung first before they get to Citadel. All right, so that's how I look at it. So, again, I just wanted you guys to know that. But they are very active on Twitter and the social networking platforms. And I think we've been the most active ever against the SEC because we put the truck, besides being active on Twitter, calling out the criminals, we're pretty active right at their front door. And I don't think anybody's done more than that at their front door.
That was a good-looking truck today.
Well, that's what you said. It was a good-looking truck.
I think it had
If you look at it, William, the hedge funds are doing the same thing they did years ago. GameStop was going. They jump into AMC. It's always looking for the other trade. I've always told you that.
Right.
You always look for the other trade.
Right.
And you can tell it's the same people because out of all the names here, okay, the one name that I would be assured to be buying would be DJT because they have Devin Nunes and President Trump. And they're already calling for congressional hearings. All right. So if there's any name that you want to be attached to, it's that name. GameStop is just hedge funds having fun because there is nothing else here. All right. You got your people like George Donahue. You got those people, but GameStop, DJT's got the most powerful man in the world. Devin Nunes, who's on the Intelligence Committee, calling for hearings and screaming about naked short selling every day. That is number one. Number two is going to be Fngr because we have been screaming and pointing out our criminal for over 3 years now, 2 years, whatever it's been, and posting the data and educating Devin Nunes through my contacts. All right, so very different. We can all say GameStop is going, but if anyone looks around and say, why is GameStop going? Because Roaring Kitty's back. And the next question, what does that mean? I don't know. I don't even know what that means. If he had something to say, why isn't he saying it? If he's saying he just bought stock, people are buying it because they want to play a momentum
I
play.
think a group of big money guys built a position in JME. They want it to run, so they paid off Roaring Kitty, put his mug back on Twitter. That's how I see it.
It's interesting. If I thought of it and I had a lot of money, I would have done it if that's what it took, right?
Yeah.
This is a dirty game. These short sellers are dirty. The data proves it all. Just remember, people, the sell tickets don't lie. That's why they burned down the warehouses. All right, these guys are criminals. It's billions of dollars at stake here. And when they get squeezed, they lose billions. I'm telling you, the short trigger in GameStop has got to be $75. Easy, high, way higher. DJT is $54.50. A little different. Fingr motion is $368, $369, down a little bit every day. The GameStop short trigger is way higher, and I'm sure the AMC is probably $25. So there's a lot of these guys are in the black, and I'm sure that they bought stock at the bottom, covered some, just like I told you they would. And when the stock, if I covered stock at 3 and it's back up to 5, and I covered 5 million shares, I lay it back out up here. Why not?
Right.
That's how the short sellers think. And you guys none of you guys have ever worked for a short seller and their mentality. I told you before, they always cover when these things look ugly. And that's what happens. These guys were covering. They probably knew the CAT system was coming into place. They knew they were going to have a little problem. So they start covering, and next thing you get a little fire going. When Fingr motion starts covering, you're going to get the same fire. That's it. There's nothing else to say. You know it. That's why if you look at Fingr motion, William, the guy that short 2 million shares, not even the naked short, would you stay short a stock that there's 225 million potentially to be bought right in front of you?
Sure. If my losses were guaranteed, protected by somebody else paying me off.
At some point, he's got to throw in the towel. And that point, I believe, is shortly. There's no way anybody could stay short a stock like this. The most he can make on 2 million shares is 3-0, $6 million. All right, think about that. That's the most he can make if the company goes to 0, which it's not. We've already showed you that. And he's going to risk it. If Fingr motion takes off and goes to 20, he'll be down $17 2 million times. He'll be down $34 million loss to make 6. No one on Wall Street, no trading desk would ever.
Are you there?
That the SEC is very heavily involved in Twitter, social networking, and we've been nothing more than very powerful in that space, and we've been very powerful at their front door. So I don't know how to express that any greater than we have. We do not have the FU worldwide crowd of GameStop because Fingr motion is not a worldwide company like GameStop, but well known from the squeeze before. I've been in the game a long time. Hedge funds love to circle back on old rumors. If Gillette was going to be rumored to be taken over by Johnson and Johnson, I'm just giving out a name, and the rumor worked 2 years ago. They circle back again. Oh, now they're going to do it. It's the same stories. That's how it works on Wall Street. And that's how it works. Yeah, but
What'd you hear about the CAT system?
Our friends who we met called me up, said they heard that it was passed. So it's going to be passed. We put the truck out there. We said retail approves of the CAT system. I thought that was it. That make it work. I don't know.
Who were those other two guys in the picture with me on the truck?
I don't remember.
Oh, I'm just joking. It was Donald Trump and Devin Nunes.
Oh, yeah. I think you're talking about the cemetery.
Thanks for all you do.
I just,
can we get Ham on? Can you go on Roaring Kitty's show?
Would I go on Roaring Kitty show?
Well, it says Ham and me, but yeah.
You know what? If I can help him understand what the hell he's talking about, I don't think he knows, but I think he may know now what it is. It's only been 4 years. William made the best point. We all sit here and say, we want our stock to go. We want our stock to go. It's been 4 years before GameStop went again. 3.5, whatever it was, right?
Right.
Sometimes it takes a little time for the pot to boil. And, we've exposed the naked shorts so much. They're actually implementing a system to expose it. South Korea is going after them for criminals. China, that's because of us. Okay? We haven't got the reward yet, but it's coming.
Yeah. People are asking about CAT. Can you ask Cam if the guys that own blank stock that I promised not to talk about are still planning to take it to high numbers?
ZYGL and GDC will go soon. I'm surprised they're not moving it with today's action.
Is it in the hundreds of dollars or over 1,000? This guy's asking.
They talk about it based on the dollars from the four. So they're saying big numbers. These guys, I don't control it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I own GDC at $3.80. No one wants it to go more than me.
Glad you made it home safely. People own what? Sears? Wait till that runs. Wow, that's an old name.
It's still public.
I don't remember. Didn't that guy take it private and sell off all the real estate?
But he had a short squeeze in that name a long time ago. I forgot the guy's name.
Yeah, his name is.
Anyway, it's on page. You go to Deep Capture. If you put Deep Capture, Pat Byrne put the data on Sears. They destroyed that with naked shorts. Destroyed it.
He thought he was so smart.
I mean, Patrick Byrne's going to be on Wednesday with.
No, I'm not invited. I'm just going to be a peon. That's all right. I deserve to listen to.
Let Patrick Byrne tell you. Let him talk. He'll talk everybody.
But you know who's going to be there? It's going to be Kristen Shaughnessy,
Dennis Neal,
and I can't remember. There's two other names.
Willie Mays, Joe Namath. Everybody's going to be there.
Eddie Lampros.
That's it, Eddie Lampert from Connecticut. That's
Lampert.
He squeezed the shorts, I think, once or twice.
See how smart I am? I can
guarantee you, the guy who is the CEO of GameStop, which I told you, he's the short squeeze guy. He doesn't want to work. He's a short squeeze guy. He would get his friends to start buying again, and that's where you're getting a lot of the buying coming from him.
All I had to do was read Mark Dinger's answer, and I sounded pretty smart. I don't know, Dr. McLovin, any update on Univest? I don't know. I think they're there.
We
But
met the guy at Univest at the dinner. He's still around. He's still with the company. That's not for us to, I have
video
I
looks
can't.
good. Wow.
Who looks good?
My video looks good. It's not a new computer. It's a small thing. I need to get a new computer. Anyway, whatever. Just glad to have what I have. This gentleman points out the DTCC fund is 37 trillion. A lot of money for payout of MMTLP. Yeah, I met a guy today, came to the truck.
I didn't hear the guy tell me, thank you for putting a sign up for you. I didn't hear the guy say that. MMTLP, how about a little thank you, guys? I did it out of the kindness of my heart to take care of you. We didn't forget about you guys.
Anyway, the guy that came, I talked to him, Daddy-O, he was there. Anyway, we talked about MMTLP, and I still think everybody should move their shares to NextBridge, but let's not waste Tam's time talking about that.
Yeah, listen, I'm not involved. My friends are involved. I say follow the powers to be, and William tells you to move it. William's telling you for a reason. So no matter when they settle it, they're gonna have to pay everybody. So that's what happened to that guy in DC? Is he making any noise? There's so much stuff to do.
I don't.
Fizz, where are you?
I don't know if he came down that week because maybe that hearing just wasn't all that important. It wasn't the one that we were waiting for. Maybe, I don't know. I have to find out.
I can guarantee you the hearing's coming up fast with GameStop making a run again. Naked short selling has made the headlines again. While it's hot, you got to try it. That's it. Devin Nunes knows, our people are talking to him. They speak 6 times a day. Each day they formulate something to come out for the next day. And they're not stopping. So there's no reason to stop now.
Do you think the May 29th deadline is causing liquidity to dry up for the shorts? Is that why they're moving?
What is the May 29th deadline?
I don't know. May 29th, if I recall.
Is that the T+1?
Yeah, I think it's T+1. And then there's the CAT system is coming up. And then there's the dividend deadline for GTII. And then there's my mother's birthday on May 29th. It's the only things I can think of.
There's a lot of stuff going on. That's plenty. That's a busy day right there.
That's a busy day.
Just remember, in Fngr Motion, they're giving out a dividend soon, a $6 warrant. And when that happens and the date's finally given, the shorts will be short another 20 million shares of stock. So 225 plus another 20, whatever it is, they'll be short 250. That's a monster short position.
It's Bob Hope's birthday too, and I think it's JFK's birthday. Not that it matters. Ham,
listen, there's good. Yeah.
Are you still working on a movie about naked short selling?
Yes, that's not my control. I'm not we got him the data. William, did you interview for it?
Yeah, I was on it. That was an expensive interview for me. But yes,
right.
I was.
A lot of people have done it. The last I heard, they're negotiating with Netflix and one of the big providers to do the series on it. It's not easy to do. You need a lot of money, so they build out whatever they can and they present it.
It's not easy being cheesy.
I'm sure the conversation's going to get heated up now that Roaring Kitty's back in the game. I think they could put him on TV so he can meow like a cat. I don't know what he's going to do. What's he going to say?
Danielle.
I was asleep for 5 years spending my money, and I wanted to stick my nose back out there. You better be careful because the SEC can view that as manipulation.
Danielle is saying thank you for the MMTLP truck. Jeff Gatto is saying
thank you. Thank you. That's
BBB
we
is
help.
saying thank you. Troy Stewart is saying thank you.
We want to help you all the time. I just want to let you know we're not bad people.
Yeah. They're not convinced. Pilot says hello. KYP says, let's go ham. MVP says truck looked great.
We're trying our best. Again, I'm not a technology guy. a gentleman from Twitter through Busy Brands, I don't want to give out his name, has been nothing but a hero to us. And he worked all day on Mother's Day to help get this thing done.
That truck looked great. It really did look great. And it.
Yeah, one person goes, "You made a mistake." I'm like, "Well, get out of here. We've been doing this on the fly. None of us are computer people. You know, I'm making this stuff up as we go along."
I didn't notice the mistake.
I had to cut a couple of slides. It was too long. The other slides were pretty disgusting for Jeff Lynn.
Have you looked
Jeff Easton, excuse me.
Oh, what a, somebody said he was the sleaziest guy. Oh, when we were at the meeting with Fngr, that guy told me, and then
a gentleman was in his office, and he told us, I didn't know the guy's name. He said he had a meeting with Jeff Easton in his office. He offered him a drink. He's the slimiest piece of garbage in the world. And he said 100% he's orchestrating the short selling. 100%. I don't even know the guy. He told us.
He can play a mean day trade in Yahoo.
Wait, let me just recap this for everybody for a second. GameStop, DJT, AMC, KOSS, you name it. None of the companies have what we have done for GTII and Fngr. GTII has the proof of the DTC. Alpine driven out of business, shut down. The Kramers have been sanctioned by the SEC. I mean, you can't get any more. We documented the whole thing. All we have to do is get someone to buy in that fails to deliver, right? That's number one. Fngr Motion, we've done the same thing. We know the short seller. We document the short position. And now the company's giving out a special warrant. It's the same pattern. It's the same thing. We've documented, done everything in the world to trap our short sellers. None of these other companies have done anything. These stocks are being fueled by hedge funds looking to make money. These are long hedge funds that were probably trading NVIDIA and saying, let's go make money here. We can tickle these things and get the short sellers and the newspapers to write about them. That's what I see going on. Don't get me wrong. You can make money trading them, but good luck. It's not my thing. If I bought it, like I always told you, I buy it when they don't want it. I posted on Friday. Buy the dip in DJT down to 52, 53 area, ran to 57 today. GameStop, I said 1782 is your bottom, buy it, and you got another chance after it ran to 20. Buy the dip, sell the rip. That's how you trade those names, those hot names. Until they run out of steam, you can do that. So they may run out of steam today, tomorrow, but you know what? You may get caught, but you got to be careful because when you get caught, they're going to drop quick.
What are your thoughts on Kodak?
Kodak is an accumulation. I have a bunch of friends that own a lot. We talk about it all the time. It's over 1 billion shares. It's so funny that these morons that are squeezing KOSS, if they had any brains, they'd be on top of Kodak, but that's just stupid. That just shows you that they're just going after old names. Someone even told me, they're going to take BlackBerry. Was it BB or whatever it's called? I forget what it's called now. What is BB? I forgot.
BBY? Oh, no, that's Bed Bath & Beyond.
It's BB. BB. I don't know if it's BlackBerry or whatever it's called. I don't know what that was called. But those are the same 4 names from years ago. The same names they're talking about.
They're too lazy to look at other names?
They're too lazy to look at other names because they don't want to do any work. They know that if they squeeze these names, investors who traded those names will come back and buy them. That's all they did.
So Lee Wills thanks you for a brilliant job on the truck since inception. MVP chair, thanks Sam. Frank says good morning, good afternoon. Gary Maddle says thanks for all your hard work, Ham.
Listen, I'm just trying to teach everybody so you don't get hurt. I can't guarantee profits, but I will guarantee you that we're going to expose the criminals, and that's what we're doing. And that's what we study about. That's what we're working on. MMTLP, I don't know who the criminal is, but whoever got the company listed to trade, there's your criminal, whoever that guy is. I don't know who did it.
May 28th is the CAT implemented. CAT.
So there you go. Just remember, every trade they do, they're going to track. And I guarantee you that they're going to track. You know, it's very hard to think about tracking a GameStop with all the trades that are going on. We want fraud in slow motion, and finger motion is just this what the doctor ordered. Give it to us nice and slow, 200,000-300,000 shares a day. It'll turn into root, ROOT, when it jumps up $6-7 at a clip, when the shorts can't sell it anymore. And they're gonna 100%. They're gonna follow finger motion because we've been jamming it down their throat more than anybody. Again, we told you about finger motion. Do your own homework about the company. The company's been active, someone told me, on Instagram and something else. I forgot what else they're doing. They post on Twitter now. Reach out to them. Ask questions. You guys can do it yourself.
Kevin says thanks. Bin's.
Just remember this. If the stock was 20, I wouldn't be as confident in a stock because you can get nervous. There's a lot of volatility. The stock is sitting here. It's worth 5 because the brokerage firms told us in their report. There's no panic here. We can sit here all day long. It doesn't make a difference. We know the short's here. We know the 2 million share short is here. Yeah, good luck. We can wait it out to the CAD system and everything gets implemented. We got another 20 days. Good luck. Remember, William, I told everybody, in my heart, these are life-changing trades. Life-changing. Imagine you were accumulating GameStop when it pulled back here recently to $10.
Like George Donahue did.
Like George Donahue did. I'm sure George did quite well. And I hope he sold and made a lot of money, George.
I hope he got rich.
I'm saying, but don't believe your own shit. If you made $1 million, buy $200,000 worth of calls and take the 800 and run away. Don't think you can be coming to Warren Buffett, everybody. That's what the shorts all wanted to do. They all want to be like Ken Griffin. We got the lawyers. We got the SEC on our side. That doesn't exist anymore. Everything's changed now. It's flip-flop.
Yeah, the big banks need protection from us, so they created the SEC.
Any other questions?
We need FDR back. MVP says, truck was awesome. If we can just get hearings and subpoenas, we'd be there.
The hearings that come in, I can't listen. Once the hearings are coming from Devin Nunes. The MMTLP people tried. You got 100 signatures. The only person who's not on there is a good human man. There's nobody. Everyone's on there. Listen. How come no one is screaming? You get all those signatures. Go to those offices again. What are you doing? How could you allow this to happen? They don't have the nerve. Devin Nunes is going to make it happen. He's got the connections, and he's got the most powerful man in the world behind him. I'll stick with that team. Remember, they talk to our friends 6 times a day. Each day, Devin Nunes on his interviews is getting stronger and more knowledgeable. Just watch him.
Unbelievable.
Wait till we get him to issue a special dividend. And he tells the shorts FORKU.
Unbelievable. Mark is here. Clove is going for the breakout. I don't know about Clove.
Listen, the guy Arca does great work, technical, super hard to chart, criminal activity. He tries, and again, I don't know what to say. It's frustrating because their shorts are using you like they're using your people, whoever you have buying it. When it gets to a certain level, we called the top, we called the bottom. One day you're going to sell the top and say, it's 390. You're going to sell it, and the stock's going to open up at 90. And then what are you going to say? Go chart stocks that are worth charting. Go chart on Apple, NVIDIA. Go knock yourself out there.
Busy Brands, even though he didn't invite me to be a headliner. I'm just kidding. Busy Brands has an important space call, 7 p.m. Eastern, May 15th, Wednesday. That's in 2 days. Patrick Byrne. And I'm sure that Hamster helped set that up. I'm guessing that.
No,
But,
I have nothing to do with it.
it's going to also involve Dennis Neal and Kristen Shaughnessy and
Listen,
Junk
Dennis
Savvy.
Neal and Christian Shaughnessy are just what Patrick loves. Those are the perfect people to interview him. They're both world-class people, and Patrick Byrne, will be wide open with them.
And they're both, what do you call it, journalists. They're both journalists.
I'm going to give them both the questions to ask that can tickle Pat Byrne the right way.
What happened to the red-headed Russian spy? No, that's not a good question.
I actually think that's a good question. Was she left-handed? I needed to know. I forgot. I always wanted to ask him that. I forgot. Thank you for reminding me.
But anyway, so Wednesday at 7 p.m. on the Twitter Spaces, Busy Brands host Patrick Byrne, Dennis Neal, and Kristen Shaughnessy. Should be a blockbuster. And you better tune in early because more than 50,000 you have to pay to join.
Really?
I made that up. I just want people to get in there early, fill up Busy's space.
You have to get it. You have to sign up now?
No. Just put it on your calendar. May 15th, 7 p.m. Something else about May 15th. Oh, it's my niece's birthday. That's what it is.
There you
go. What happened with the Crappy Bear lawsuit?
Mark Bazile is waiting for the judge to give the final ruling. The guy was running around like a buffoon in a tuxedo with sunglasses, jumping on the desk, screaming. And he told me that he told me the judge was going to rule quick on it. I don't know what happened, but he's definitely getting his head taken off. So as soon as that happens, then we can present it to the DOJ for criminal charges.
This gentleman,
to tell him who paid him to do it.
This gentleman,
if he's going to jail, he's going to point the finger real quick.
Well, Don Rickles would point out that, they don't make up trains. Anyway, that's one of his jokes. This gentleman wanted to sell his AMC when GME was at 11, but he couldn't do it. Now I wish I just got out. Well, these are the two things to watch. The market always gives you.
Well, listen, if you own AMC, you want to sell it. I don't know where it is right now, but you can sell it and then go buy the 10 calls, the 10 strikes for 2 months out. You give up making $5, but if it goes to 50 or 60, you make a fortune and you'll never have to worry about it.
Yeah, and it's also just trading is difficult, but remember the goal is to make money, not to make money in AMC. So if it's down and you have to take a loss because there's a better thing sitting there and you know all about it, you're convinced. I just don't hop from horse to horse. Have a real reason.
Listen, William, if he owns AMC, let's say he owns it at 20. He just bounced up from 3 to, where is it now? 6? I don't know where it is.
I don't know.
I have no idea. So let's say it bounces up to 6. You're still down $14, but you made back 3. You can sell it. Let's say it's 1,000 shares. You got $6,000 in your pocket back. You're still down $14 or $14,000. You could take that money, put $5,000 in your pocket, buy $1,000 worth of cheap calls, maybe the $12 calls for June. If it's going to continue up to 100, you still have the same position in options, and you got 5,000 in your pocket.
I'm not sure Frank Zara is correct. He says Easton and Kramer's only know shorts because that's all they see when they step out of the shower every day. I'm not sure Easton can see down there without using a mirror.
That is a good one, William. I like that.
So Busy is just asking everyone to tell your mother, your brother, the butcher, the candlestick maker.
I'll get you 1,000 people. Stop begging. I'll get you the people.
So tell me now, who's been sleeping here?
We'll get you the bodies. I'll go to the cemetery. I'll get people to call in.
Which broker should you transfer to? I need to get the hell out of Schwab.
Wow.
They're all about the same.
They're all about the same. Listen, I never hear bad things about Fidelity. The only thing I heard bad about Fidelity is you aren't able to get your dividend. Correct?
I think Morgan Stanley, I mean, E-Trade is pretty good, but who knows? I think they're all about the same. But I'll tell you what.
Get away from Robinhood.
You can always get a human being on the phone at E-Trade. It's not like they get it solved. But if you know a small firm, go there, but then you can't trade online.
Yeah, they don't have a platform. You need to get a platform. You can do it,
What's Ripple? SEC versus Ripple. I don't know what that is.
Oh, they're still doing that? Yeah. That was the guy Hogan. He's a part of that lawyer. I met him out of Orlando. Very nice man.
Feeling
Jeremy
good, Billy
Hogan.
Ray.
Jeremy Hogan. I had lunch with him and his wife. Very nice, both attorneys.
So my answer would be E-Trade because I don't know if they're the best, but I have no complaints. Ham's right. Don't trade with Robinhood, Webull, or that other one. There's another one. They're just there to help the criminals.
That's all they are. They're a plant. That guy, whatever that guy's name is, he lied in front of everybody. He stopped trading the stock. They're underfunded. Protected his firm and couldn't care less about everybody. And people kept their accounts there. You're insane. Totally crazy.
4 minutes to go when down the track they come. I don't know what's happening with the stocks. Fngr is unchanged from earlier, 339, 340, 9 by 20. DJT is up actually, 5167, 5168.
Think about that. Who in their right mind is trying to push that stock down? Those idiots should be doing everything in their power to try to cover. Instead, they're trying to manipulate it down, which gives more power to Devin Nunes and President Trump.
KOSS is up a smacker, up 112. 435 by 438.
It trades 37,000 shares a day. It's traded 100. I don't even know how many shares. I stopped looking hours ago.
Fngr is up 24.5 at 339 bid, 9 by 24, 340 offer.
There's always a seller. It's just that this is a computer-generated seller. It's offshore somewhere. And when it does turn, it'll turn to buyer. That's it. You know what a wise man told me? A guy worth $15 billion. He told me right to my face.
Never get married? Never get divorced.
He told me, no. He says, when you want to buy it, you buy it when there's a seller. Because when the seller stops, it's going to be impossible to buy.
That's right.
Look at GameStop. That's what happens.
That's right.
So if you want to buy it when they're selling it, because when they stop, it's impossible to buy.
And the other side is true too. If you want to sell while there's volume, while there's buyers.
While the ducks are quacking, they said. Sell them while the ducks are quacking, because when they're not hungry, that's when the stocks drop.
And then,
where's GameStop right now, William?
And your favorite, I just accidentally hit, GTII is 15.7 to 16.7. GameStop is third. Wow, 30.22 by 30.25, 7 by 31. It's moving all over the place. It was as high as 38.20, as low as 24.
So if you were paying attention when the ducks were quacking, you sold into that spike.
Yeah.
If you sold it at 36, not 38, I don't want to pick the top, and you bought it back at 30, you paid 24, you take away the $6 profit, you owned it at 18. That's how you keep playing the game. And you can lower your cost, and you're not afraid to stay there because there's no guarantees everything's going to win, especially when the game is in play. GameStop is in play. You don't know whether it's going up or going down. I have no idea.
The volume today
that's why I like finger motion, because there's no volatility. You can't. The shorts are dead. They need volatility. No volatility, they die.
Do you know what the average volume in GME is 10-day?
3 million.
21 million. Do you know what?
Oh,
that's probably been adjusted for the last couple of days. What do you know what the volume is today in GME?
200 million.
Yeah, you're close. 176.
That's computer generated. I can't tell how much they sold and how much they're buying back. But we know in finger motion, they're not buying anything back. So whatever they sold, I'll say the short interest today, what's the volume? 250, say? I don't even know what it is. I say 250. I'll say add it to 250. I don't believe no one was selling today. So the short interest is going to be high. The report short later is going to be high, 68 to 70. I'm sure there's some wash trades, which I didn't see today. So that makes this number 90%. I don't believe anybody would be selling, rushing to get out the door on a day that there's short squeezes all over the place. I doubt that.
Fox Noise said that GME is shorted 58 million. Susan says.
Today?
That's what she says was on Fox Noise.
Is that the total?
I guess that's the total. Yeah, she doesn't say if it's for the day or.
Yeah, I think the stock is, I think it was 60-something million. So again, we can't tell back and forth whether they're shorting it, buying it back. I cannot tell because the numbers, no one's watching it. No one's telling me what that number is. In finger motion, we watch every trade. We can tell you. Very different. When you get the data and someone is watching every trade, it's easy to see. In GameStop, I couldn't tell you. I can't tell you what they're doing in DJT. I can't tell you AMC. Obviously KOSS, the same thing. I don't know. But if they were watching it from 3 years ago, if you were watching it, you would know that the short KOSS is, I'm making up a number, 90 million. I'm just making up a number. So when you see a day like today, you would say, okay, they got a real short here. But no one knows any information. There's no information. KOS, AMC, GME, I don't have any information. We know they're short, but it's not as big as you think it is because they're buying and selling. They're buying, they short 10 shares and they buy back 6. There's got to be a ratio on their computers. That's what they do. So the trend is always pointed down because you're selling 10 and buying 6. Today, they could be doing, buying 12 and shorting 6. It's the opposite. And that's why it makes a lift up. Finger motion, it sell 100% every day. And they buy back 0. Anything else, William?
It's BS when they halt trading. I don't know what you mean.
I agree. They always do it to help get people to panic. It's a head game when they do it. They should do it like the commodities. When they halt it, they get all the buy orders and try to, settle it up. If there's more buy orders, gaps open the next day, limit up. The stock market's set up, it's rigged so that you lose. It's slanted.
As long as Gary Gensler wins, how can you complain? Am I chugging beers? No, that's sparkling water, and it's empty. That's why I keep hoping there's something in it. Well, there doesn't seem to be a lot of more questions. I think today was a look at that. GME's off to the races. 30.78, 30.82. I hope George Donahue's making a ton of money. That guy,
I hope so too. He's been a guy that's been a fighter.
He works so hard.
Right. No, listen, again, there's a lot of good people there. But again, you're playing against numbers, you're playing against criminals. Listen, they know what the SEC is going to do. So, we may know the CAT system's in place, but they have to protect the system from these animals. They're not going to protect Jeff Easton and these small stocks. It's a very different game.
Jeff Easton is more valuable as a Yahoo day trader.
As they say, William, that guy couldn't trade his way out of a paper bag.
No.
I love them all. The Kramers, we got an office, we got a plastic computer. They're all full of shit. All they know is a sell button. That's it. Then they go out and have a party, smoke a cigar, get busted by the SEC, have their lawyers try to bail them out, laugh, saying they're not going to get caught, they're not going to jail. But this time is different. We have the DOJ, and I believe they're going down on them, the FBI and DOJ. Actually, the FBI listens to our calls.
Hey, that's it. Stony Bones has an interesting observation. It's either coincidence or he's right. The TD Ameritrade purchase by Schwab closed today. Finally, they've finished everything. Do you think that has anything to do with the run? My guess is no, because they've been working on it for months. But who knows? You could.
No, I like that. I think that's interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Guy, one side doesn't want an open trade. Hey, close them out.
And that's right. You start with a brand new ledger. Just put all the trash on the old company, and the new company is clean.
Just look at UBS and Credit Suisse. UBS doesn't want Credit Suisse's nightmare on top of them. They did the government a favor, taking the mess, trying to hide it. They sealed it for 50 years. Obviously, there's a problem, right?
Yeah.
It's an interesting take. If you take that interesting take and say, okay, then what the hell's going on with GTII? We know there's 500 million shares short here. What's going on here? Alpine has it somewhere. They were busted with it. It's in writing. We didn't make it up. It's right there. Correct?
That's true.
Wall Street has so much dirt they're hiding everywhere. It's just amazing. Amazing. And here's the best market in the world. And the best market in the world couldn't execute trades today in GameStop. The systems, we can't take orders anymore in Robinhood. We can't figure it out. We don't know what's going on. What do you mean? Did people put orders in? They match. It's all computerized. It's not going to a specialist anymore, right? They wanted fast trading, but now they can't handle it.
He says, I don't do options, so I guess I'll just hold my AMC. Been holding 3.
It's easy. Go on your account, tell them you want to open up an option account, and then ask questions, and we can help you out. Learn how to do it. Options can generate income. Options can reduce your risk. Options can do a lot of good if you understand it. I don't care if you're 120 years old, learn it. If you want to keep playing the market, learn how to use it. I don't want to scold you, but that's the best I could do.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know if there's much more to say. The markets are closed.
All right. So, listen, again, thank you, William, for getting on.
Thank you, Ham.
And we'll speak tomorrow. Let's go get them. Thank you, everybody.
Okay.
Thank you again. Thank you.
I don't have much more to say. I'm kind of worn out. I will say, just for those who have emailed me, I got my other computer on that over this weekend, and now it's all frozen. I just need to get a new computer. But on the gold company I've told you about, um, we have a small amount that we can raise right now. And I can't recommend it or solicit it. I just have to ascertain if you're interested and then give your details to the company and they can send it to you directly. But a lot of interest already raised. Well, got the verbal commitments on a bunch, but um, I was working on an email that I wanted to get out this morning, but I ended up going to the truck. So I'll try to get that out tonight to everybody I saw that emailed me. I might just go to, I don't know, go somewhere where I can use a computer that doesn't get overwhelmed by the simple act of opening up an email account. But I'll get that out. I'll get to the names there, the other names I wrote down, and maybe I'll do a little blurb on it before it goes. But I really think it's a roll of the dice in a way, because if it doesn't work, I don't think it. I mean, if everyone just suddenly walked away from the project, it would obviously go to zero. But I don't think that's going to happen. The only downside, I think, is time. But I think it's 100 to 1 if all goes, reasonably well. It could be a lot more than that. And obviously, it's risk. It's all risk money. But I'll get out to everybody on that. I mean, everybody that responded, I'm not doing any kind of blanket solicitation. I'm just, if you're interested, I'll make the introduction to the company. I'm going to do it myself because, just to put it in numbers, I think $4,000, to use the small number, goes to 40,000, 400,000, or 4 million. And I think anything that makes it worth 40,000 makes it worth 4 million. And we'll know within a year or so. It's pretty exciting. It's a way to play gold, basically. I don't know what CS is, Scott. CS, Credit Suisse, and UBS. Yeah, it's amazing. I don't think they charge a lot anymore. Thanks, Scott. I agree with that. The truck felt different today. It felt like it was very well done. The slides were great. People walking by, looking. It was good. I don't know what else to talk about. Novak Djokovic got hit on the head with a steel water bottle, and then he lost his next match. So I guess that's how his career is going to end. It's disappointing. Yeah, Scott, I probably got yours. It's the same. I guess it was Friday night. I got into the emails, but yesterday, and I worked on a email to send out to everybody It's not completely, the delay isn't completely that I'm so incompetent with technology, although that's a big part of it. It's that the company was entertaining a buyout offer and there wasn't much to do. And then there are big people looking to put the entire funding in. So for me, I want to get in, and I admit maybe I'm got gold dust fever, but I'd like to get in before some big guy comes and says, "Oh, I'll do the whole thing," and then I'm just looking in from the outside. But Scott, I have all the emails on my other computer, and it's frozen right now, which is why I'm sitting over here on this computer. But I'll get through it. I'm dead tired, but I'm gonna really make a commitment to get through it tonight and in the morning. Yep, Scott, got you. By the way, I'll write that down again just in case. But it's the kind of thing you're kind of will be coming in because I'm an investor, and it'll be on my good grace or my good offices, I guess. So, I don't want to introduce them to anybody that can't, just gentlemen and gentlewomen, please. Oh, don't tell me he can't walk. Oh, I wish I could hug him. He doesn't let me hug him except when he's sound asleep. And he doesn't realize that I'm hovering over him and trying to hug him. But if he wakes up quickly, his massive head smashes you right in the face and you wish you hadn't done it. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna yeah, Scott, it's the same. I'll get it. That's on me. Lion of all trades, 20 to 40 million in volume was send GTI to 9. Oh, yeah. I think easily 9. Yeah, I don't know. I was invited to dinner last night, which was nice. And I walked all the way to Georgetown and walked back. And then I got up early this morning to walk my dog, so then I could go to the truck. So I'm a bit knackered, mate. Isn't that something that what's going on? I would think New York would be the kind of place that if it got cheaper, you'd want to buy apartments in. But the cost is so high, and the rats, I love New York though. All right, CB. All right, CB. I'm going to take your advice. I am knackered, mate. Yeah, Ronnie. Ham and Ace are great. Busy and Junk Savvy and so many other people. Case, well, you don't know that name. Anyway, a bunch of names. Okay, so I'm going to sign out. Thank you for everybody for watching. Ham was great. I tend to think that if one of these DJT, maybe GME, go, you know, Fngr could have a lot of interest. But we'll see. So anyway, I wish everybody peace, love, and happiness, and wish Djokovic a quick recovery from the bonk on the head. And we're all saying our prayers for Jenny L and everybody else out there. Everybody going through this. And we'll catch you tomorrow, huh? Peace.